Today's video is an example of why real estate agents charge so much for their services. And spoiler alert, it's because when things go wrong, well, they're on the hook for a boatload. And in this video, I'm going to share with you an example of someone or some people that screwed up so bad that they ended up on the hook for $172,500 in taxes that was originally owed by their clients. But of course, and as always, please remember to click the like button to help me get this video out to more people, so hopefully other agents don't screw up like this. Make sure you subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date on my market here in Surrey and across the whole Fraser Valley. Remember, if you're looking to purchase and you want to know everything about purchasing, you can download my Informed Buyer's Guide right down below in the description right now. And if you want to take things a little bit further and you need my help, you can book a buying consultation with me down below in the description as well. All right, so let's get into it. And the title of this Vancouver Sun article is Realtor and Lawyer found mostly liable for failure to advise clients of foreign buyer tax. Here's what's gone on. There was a couple and they bought a property in Kelowna. All right. And they were not yet permanent residents of Canada. They were not citizens. They were not permanent residents. So they bought a property, and ever since 2016, there was at least a 15% foreign buyer's tax, now upped to 20% under the NDP. I guess that's the point I want to get out with this video more than anything, is if you are thinking about moving to my marketplace here or anywhere in British Columbia, and you're not already a permanent resident in the immigration process, or if you're not an actual Canadian citizen, basically the government has said, hey, we don't want you, and if we have to take you and you want to buy a property, you're going to pay us 20% on your purchase price over and above. Now that's 20% on the purchase price, but that's also does not exempt you then from the property purchase tax as well, or the property transfer tax. So you've got another couple percent, basically, depending on your sliding scale, up to $2 million, 3% over $2 million. I've done a video on that, I think. But that is what you have to prepare yourself for. And let's find out exactly what it is that happened in this case and why the heck it was missed. Okay, so down here in the article, it says Robert and Kelly immigrated to Canada in January 2018, settling in the Okanagan. But here's what happened. Before February 2018, the 20% tax only applied to homes in Metro Vancouver. And after that, then it started applying to other areas like the Okanagan where these guys bought. So they hired a realtor. Unfortunately, that realtor did not advise them of the tax being applicable to them. So in 2018, this couple, they showed up, they offered on a property. Apparently that offer didn't go through. They ended up getting another property. They paid $862,000. Now, I think this lays into why it was found that the real estate agent and the lawyer, spoiler alert, the lawyer actually ended up paying for a portion of this as well. They actually sent an email with the title, "Welcome to Canada," and then didn't inform them of the possibility that they may be subject to this tax. But I guess there was some controversy back and forth between the contracts. So just so everybody understands, when you sign a contract here in BC, you have to say on that contract whether or not you are or are not a resident. And that has actually been a sticking point over the last little bit, because before it just used to be a check mark that a lot of people missed. Now it's actually an initial. And the BCREA has actually done a really good job recently of tidying up our forms, separating initials so you can tell who everybody is. So this may have been on one of those older forms, but really there should have been an initial saying, yes, indeed I am, or no, indeed I am not a resident of Canada. So basically the finding is, it says here that they did secure and close on a home in July of 2018, but both the agent didn't, help them initial in the right box or whatnot, and didn't tell them about it, and it was not written in the body of the contract anywhere. Like most of our contracts will say, hey, the buyer is aware that the transfer tax is this much. which is a spot for them to sign whether or not they are or are not a resident. And that counts actually on selling too, because there's a withholding tax if you're not a resident. But at the exact same time, the lawyer that processed the deal also did not catch this on completion. So let's keep going. So in January of 2020, just before the world came crashing to a halt, the new homeowners got a bill from the government to say, hey, you guys kind of owe us 172,000, almost 172,500 in unpaid foreign buyer transfer taxes. So what happened is they ended up going to court to say, hey, we didn't know what the heck this is all about. Now, personally, I don't know if you can blame them or not. I would think that if you're coming here, I mean, it was in the news, foreign buyers like shutting them out. So I don't know, but I don't understand how this agent missed it and the lawyer closing the deal missed it. So here's the judge's ruling. The judge ruled that the realtor would pay 75% of that 172 grand. The lawyer would pay another 20% of that. And then the actual home purchaser themselves would be found as 5% liable. So they still had to pay 5% of this tax. And that's saying, hey, you couldn't totally offload all of the blame, but you did have two licensed professionals that should have told you about this, so you shouldn't be subject to it. So it's important to know that, yes, indeed, we do have these transfer taxes. Now Ontario has a bunch of these transfer taxes. The Liberal government, the Conservative government, and everybody else in politics right now is trying to remove these foreign buyers. But I have another idea of why I think this was missed. And that's because the foreign buyers in this case were named Robert and Kelly. And realistically, I'm pretty sure that when this foreign buyer stuff was all brought in, it was thought that only mainland Chinese residents were coming over here with buckets loads of money to buy properties. And therefore, as a result, I don't think people understand that it's not just that money that the government was trying to stop bringing in. They view everybody, even Robert and Kelly, as foreign buyers because they are foreign buyers, and rightfully so. But I'm guessing that that's very likely a reason that it could have got missed. It also could have potentially got missed because it was a fairly new rule to that area. You can't miss it here in Vancouver, but it is a fairly new rule to that area. But the long and the short of it is, whenever something goes wrong and the lawsuits happen, I guess maybe this is an announcement if you're a real estate agent watching, the judge is going to find whoever is most guilty likely to be the one that has the most amount of insurance. And someone like myself and likely the lawyers all have some sort of business insurance. We call it errors and omissions insurance. So a lot of the time, this money actually won't come out of that agent's pocket, but he has, hopefully, he or she, I don't even know, didn't even look at the name of the agent, to find, hopefully they are carrying the right insurance over and above either their license insurance, or maybe it's covered by their license insurance, in order so they're not actually out of pocket. But it doesn't talk about that in this. It just says that, hey, yes, indeed, out of this 172.5, the lawyer and the realtor are basically footing that bill just because they did not give the right advice or information to their clients. So basically what I'm saying is, it's not necessarily the amount of time or the amount of money that an agent spends marketing your property necessarily that's what you're paying for. You should be paying for a professional to avoid situations like this, because you're paying for their knowledge and their advice. And unfortunately for these guys that were found liable, they missed the boat on that one. They didn't really give the information to their clients to help them make that purchase. And I'm going to assume that if they knew there was $175,000 worth of tax, they probably couldn't pay it, and they never would have bought that property in the first place. So let me know what you think about this down below in the comments. I'd be super interested to hear. Try and keep it positive. Good luck with that, I know, in the YouTube comments, but make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the like button to help me get this information out to more agents so they don't screw this up. You can book a call with me right down below in the description if you need help in my marketplace of Surrey, BC. And hey, if you need somebody up in Kelowna, I can help you with that too. Thanks so much for watching. Check out another video before you go, and we'll see you in a couple of days.